Welcome! In this video, we will be covering how to link a jurisdictional registration account to our NHVR portal customer account. You should be able to log into the portal if you've already registered in the portal as a user. If you have not yet registered as a user, go and watch the user registration support video before continuing on with this video. You should also have either created or linked to an existing customer account within the portal. If you have not, please go and watch the account creation and linking support video. You must have registration service permissions enabled and an account role of administrator to link a jurisdictional registration account to the NHVR portal customer account. A customer account in the NHVR portal can have multiple jurisdictional registration accounts linked to it, while at the same time one jurisdictional registration account can be linked to multiple customer accounts in the NHVR portal. To link a jurisdictional registration account, you need to pass the verification method set up within the portal, which will require you to know enough about the account to link the account. Therefore, someone cannot guess their way into adding any accounts that do not belong to them. You must be logged into the portal. If you haven't logged in yet, log in now. Once you have logged in, you will see the home page. Navigate to the Registration Details tab within the Registration Service. If you have not linked any jurisdictional registration accounts to your portal account yet, the table will have no records and display the following message. Click on the Link Registration Accounts button. This will open the Registration Account Links page, which will have a wizard. You need to complete this to link a registration account. In the first step of the wizard, enter the state where your vehicle is registered and the customer reference number for the jurisdictional registration account. This is usually supplied by the authority on any registration correspondence. Once you have entered those details, click on the Next button. In the next step of the wizard, you need to identify who the jurisdictional registration account is registered to. For example, we will say this account is registered to a non-individual. When you select the non-individual option, you must enter the Australian business number of that business and then select Next. Here you will need to add the registration plate number and the postcode of the garage address for one of the vehicles registered against that account. Then click on Next. The last step of the wizard will require you to read the terms and conditions and accept them. Once accepted, click on the Add button. The system will verify the details you entered. If correct, the jurisdictional registration account you linked will be displayed in the Linked Registration Accounts section below the wizard. That wraps up how to add a jurisdictional registration account for a non-individual account type. Now I'll show you what happens when we enter incorrect details when adding a jurisdictional registration account. As before, we will step through the wizard in the appropriate details for each field. We will use the example of a non-individual account type again. However, if we were to use the company account type, you would be required to enter the Australian company number instead of the Australian business number. And if we selected the individual account type, you will be required to enter the birth date of the individual who the account is registered to. Now when we select the Add button, this time the system will inform us that the verification was unsuccessful. However, it will not indicate what information entered is incorrect as a security measure. Therefore, you will need to retrace your steps through the wizard, double check the information you've entered is correct. In this instance, the state I selected was incorrect. You can then update the field, skip to the last step of the wizard and reselect the Add button. That registration account will now also be added to the Linked Registration Accounts section. If you return to the Registration Details table by clicking on the Exit button, you will now see the registrations linked to the jurisdictional registration accounts you added earlier in the table. If you no longer require a jurisdictional registration account linked to your NHVR portal customer account anymore, click on the bin icon next to the account you no longer want linked. The system will prompt you for confirmation before the deletion occurs. Once you have selected yes, when you return to the registration details table, the registrations that were linked to that account are no longer displayed. That completes how to link a jurisdictional registration account to a NHVR portal customer account. More information regarding the linking of a jurisdictional registration account can be found in the NHVR Portal's Help Centre. Thank you.